Hey everybody, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Are you getting in the holiday mood yet? Are you stressed out? Well, grab your favorite beverage and sit back and chat with your friends and listen to me talk for about an hour and see what I'm shipping for the weekend. Uh, Bridget was here first. I don't know if Bridget's here, but if you are, hi Bridget. Glenn was second, and he's over in somebody else's chat right now. So maybe he's back. I don't know. John is here again. Hi, John. How are you? Rad Relics. Everyone go over and subscribe to John. And Maggie's here. Hi, Maggie. It was great working with you today. Bah humbug. Yeah, I kind of feel that same way. This is going to be a very, very quiet Christmas for us. Hey, Valerie's here. Hey, Chick Picker. Enjoyed working with you today. So, got a lot to talk about tonight. How are sales? Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit. It's going to be a very frank discussion about what's been going on in my online business and what my future plans are if sales don't pick up. As of today, my sales are down 14.8% from last month, and last month sucked. So this month, even suckier. My net sales this month are down 16.4% from last month. My traffic is down from last month at this time. I have 3,799 active listings, all clothing on eBay and Poshmark, and I have 115 drafts completed. I let 15 drafts go live per day. That is the status right now of my store as we speak. Love the earrings. Thank you. And this is my thrifted $1 hat. And I have a Rudolph shirt on too that I also thrifted, but I'd have to probably take it off for you guys to see it. But isn't it cute? I thrifted it especially for wearing on live. So anyway, nobody can see it. So I could just be wearing a plain white shirt and it wouldn't have mattered. Hey, Rita, how are you? Finishing up a birthday party. Oh, fun. Hi, Sue is here. Hey, Sue, how are you? Cute hat. Yeah, for $1, it's not bad. I used to wear fedoras a lot. Then I quit wearing them because they just mess up my hair. Festive fedora, that's right. So I took about a 2-week break. So did any of you have a birthday during the 2 weeks that I was off? Let me know in the side chat if you did, and I'll play a birthday song for you. Um, I did do some uploaded videos. There was one in particular that's been getting a lot of traction. It was a car chat. I think I uploaded it on December 4th. It was about a UPS tracking hack. If you have an issue with trying to put a tracking number into an item, I give you a hack that eBay gave me, and so far I think it worked. I need to check one more time, but I think it did work. So I went to the auction today and purchased a haul closet full of golf related jackets, shoes for $40. Good going. Well, that was a good buy. That's awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about concerns in the community. Okay, always at this time, we think of our friends in the community who are suffering a loss, who are ill, and that would be Pat D's, Cindy Y, and Gina Key Lime Kisses, Adam's Exploits, and Thrifty Santa, Maggie Doodle, and Jennifer Hayes. If there are others that I don't know about, please put them in the side chat. And if you're watching later, please put it in the comments so I can add those people to my list. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, so I don't see anything in the chat about birthdays yet, so let's go ahead and move on. I want to say hello to Bumcrack Picker. I know you're here. Please come out of the woodwork. I want to see you. I want to talk to you, and I know you're there. I know you are. He always is. He always tells me goodbye at the end. You know, have you noticed that? All right. What are people saying here? John, I was going to ask you, do you have like a really big death pile, or do you have a process where you list it pretty much as soon as you get it? I haven't had a chance to go over and look at your videos. You may say that on there, but I was just curious. So when you bought a whole closet, is that something that's going to sit for a while, or are you going to get it listed this week? And you're back. Hi, Rita. How's your daughter doing? Hope she's doing well. I know it's so hard. Ugh, so hard. I had a friend today had to put his horse down, and it's rough. Animals are they're wonderful in our lives. They're just like family. All right, let's go ahead and play some juju real quick so we can go ahead and get started with the topic, okay? All right, I hope that brings you some sales. Please remind me if you make a sale during the show, please put it in the side chat and I will play a song for you. I need to pull this image over because this is what I'm going to be talking about. I did show this image on my Thursday video. I did November sales that were listed in November and sold in November. And I did put this up on the screen, but I'm going to share it because I want to talk about it. Okay, let me see. Go ahead. I made a whole flat lay for listing clothing. I hope it gets listed quickly, but I have ADHD. I understand. It's still hard for her. Thank you for asking. It's going to be hard for a long time. It is. It just, I don't know. I still think of animals I've had in the past to this day, years ago. Okay, so let me pull up my notes here because I don't want to miss anything. We're going to talk about what's going on in my online business. You guys know that last year when I was rocking it, killing it, making big bucks last year, the year before, sharing all those numbers with you guys, I was excited. And as you know, I like to show the bad with the good, and this is the bad. So I'm going to talk about what's going on in my online business. My sales this year are down 9.7% from last year at this time. This number, 9.7% down, would not concern me so much if my sales had been going up recently, but they're going down. So I'm going to show you this chart. And I hope you can see this. Maybe I should try to blow it up a little bit. Maybe that will help. And it's just all handwritten. It's in my bullet journal. So every month I write down what my gross was on eBay, my ASP, how many sold on eBay, and how many I listed total on eBay and Poshmark. So for instance, in April, I did $4,806 gross. In May of this year, I had $5,452 gross. I sold 246 items of those 372 just on eBay, and I sold 69 on Poshmark. So this number right here, that was the highest. Look where it was in November, guys, $3,139.14. It's been gradually going down. 1 month it did take a jump, about $900 in July, and then ever since July, down, 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 down. Same thing is happening on Poshmark, but Poshmark is just extra for me. And I'm very happy for the money that I get from it, but I don't put as much into it. I have one shop. One shop does pretty much everything for me. So in April, I grossed $2,043. Then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down, 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 and down. So this is scary, guys. This is scaring me, and I don't know what you think of that, but it's just, okay, Maggie, I see that. I'm going to play that in a few minutes, okay? So it's very discouraging for me to see those numbers, and nothing bothers me more than people who whine and complain about their stores, but they don't do anything and they just let it go and they just keep doing. I'm doing everything I possibly can that eBay has given me. I'm using all the tools except for I'm not using free shipping, and I will not use free shipping on clothing. And I don't know. I'm stumped right now. And that, to me, I'm doing everything I possibly can, and it's not even staying the same. It's just continuing to decline. So, hey Mike, how are you? What's up, dude? I had a $2,500 day and then a $144.60 day, and today 36. Oh, okay. I think you're saying 140.60 and today 36. Yeah, last week I had a 0 day on I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. It's crazy. I had a return and didn't refund as soon as possible, and I just have this idea that eBay throttles your traffic. If you have a pending refund for the 2 days I didn't refund, I get lower traffic. Who knows? Who knows what it is? I don't know. But tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm not going to be one of these people that aren't going to do anything. I'm going to do something about this. So, what are my choices? I've been thinking about this for a long time. So, I could lower my prices, but my thought is that my prices are already very competitive and my items get marked down after 6 months, 1 year, and then 2 years of listing. If the items are not being seen, which is very evidenced by my traffic graph, or the items are not selling at the discounted prices, lowering the prices even more is not going to help me make any more cash flow. So I'm not lowering my prices anymore. Now, when I'm doing this inventory and something's been listed over a year at, $27.99 and it hadn't even moved, I might mark it down to $24.99 or even $19.99 if I knew it was like a dress and it was a small size when I was, practicing dresses and things like that. But for the most part, I don't mark them down at all, because they're already very competitive. My other choice is to up my promoted listings, and that's not going to happen because my promoted listings are already set as high as I feel I can handle. And I did, for a period of time, up them to a cap of 16%, and I was not making any more sales, capping it at 16, and now my cap is 13. And normally they take between 8 and 12%, depending on what the brand is. So my other option is to start a new niche. And this is the choice that I have decided on, is starting a new niche. So let me go ahead and read, because I can see people are talking. So let me just go ahead and read this. You sell a lot of clothing. Do you have more one season listed than the other? No. And the thing about it is, John, I sell Christmas sweaters in July. I sell Halloween tops in January. It makes no sense. Down due to shipping, more selling platforms, promotions equal higher cost to buyer. Yes. Hi, Model 101 Series 800. Nice to see you here. I think this is your first time. Thank you for joining us. You're down due to shipping, more selling platforms, promotions. Yeah, I am on 2 platforms right now, eBay and Poshmark. That's really all I can handle right now with a full-time job and caregiving responsibilities, as we've talked about before. So I'm not able to add a third platform. There's no way. I would be making more mistakes. So I am thankful that I have Poshmark sales, because if I didn't have those, my bank account would be horrible. Like, I'm doing okay in my savings right now. I'm really watching my spending. And last month I just had a lot of high ticket items I had to buy for my business, that, my external hard drive, and I had a couple of subscriptions that were pretty high I had to do. And I don't know. So starting a new niche, I've talked to a lot of friends about this. I thought about accessories. You buy a dress. Hey, how about a handbag to go with that? Or some jewelry or a hat to go with that. And I don't know enough about these items. I mean, I have sold jewelry in the past, but it was specifically Native American jewelry. I have sold caps in the past and bags, but I was not really well versed in it. Therefore, I was not very successful. It would take a lot of time for me to research and learn. And you guys know one thing that I lack is time. My next choice is blankets and quilts. I have 10 blankets and or quilts from my mother-in-law. Janya has agreed to let me use the top shelf of our closet, and just one whole shelf, but there are things on there, but we'll have to move them. And then whatever's left in the guest room closet to store blankets. I was thinking about getting vacuum sealed bags to make them easier to store. I don't know anything about vacuum sealed bags. I don't know if you can get them at the dollar store. But that's kind of my thought. If I have to do these 10, okay, I'm going to list these 10. They're going to be kind of like my practice. And I am planning to start sourcing blankets because I was a crocheter. I recognize good work when I see it. I don't buy junk. And I've also been able to find some really awesome Afghans at the bins. And, you know, they sell for good money, but they are more long tail. But here's what I've decided on. Are you ready? Appliance parts. I'm already well versed in the area of appliance parts. Most of you know I had an appliance part eBay store at one time, and I did very, very, very well prior to the pandemic. I have a whole playlist on this channel about appliance parts, how to source them, how to price them, how to clean them, part them out, how to photograph them, how to store them. In order to sell appliance parts, I would need to do research on the prices in my area currently. The prices went up here after COVID. I'm hoping the prices have now gone down because I don't go into regular thrift stores anymore. I only go to my honey hole that sells clothes. That's all they sell. I would have to find a place to store the appliance parts in that space that I don't have. You guys know my space is very limited now. So here's my plan. Instead of crying about it and complaining about the situation that I'm in, I'm going to pivot after tax season if my sales do not improve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to source 30 to 40 clothing items per week at my honey hole, plus clothing for my reseller boxes. I'm still going to offer reseller boxes. I have enough for one box right now, guys, sorted. If anybody needs some clothing, plus size, XL and up. That will cut my clothing inventory down about 30% of what I'm bringing, what I'm adding, because normally I add about 100 pieces a week. I will probably stay at my honey hole about an hour instead of 2.5 hours. And what I'll have to do is schedule weekly. One week I'll go in and I will purchase dresses and tunics. The next week I will go in and I will purchase pants and men's shirts. Also adding things for the reseller boxes as I have time. Also, I will have to consolidate my clothing in my inventory room as it sells, move everything to the front, and store my appliance parts at the back end of the last shelf. I have one shelf I can put up, but there's stuff in the garage that I have to figure out what to do with. So I'm just going to backload my appliance parts. I still have a few appliance parts in my garage that Kimmy unfortunately left here. I think either she ran out of room in her SUV or we just overlooked them. I know I have some Ronco rotisseries in there. Due to lack of storage space, I'm going to be very picky about the brands of the appliances that I pick up. I'm going to comp each one. As you guys know before, I was not comping many of my appliances because I already knew them, because I had tons of space. They were long tail. I didn't care. They were still selling. They were selling for good money. And but this time I plan to be very diligent in comping the items to see if they're worth good money and also their sell-through rate. It will eventually sell will not be an option for me right now. And I will only sell certain sizes of parts so that I don't have to deal with 10 different sizes of boxes because I don't have the place to store them. And I get stressed out when I have to be at work and leave and some weird shaped appliance part sold overnight and I'm running around trying to find a box to fit it in so that I'm not late for work. I just want to have 2 or 3 size boxes. That's it. And I want to make it easy on myself. let me stop right there for just a second because I can't see the chat. So let me go back and see if anybody has said anything. Rita, yay, Maggie. Beth, I wish you were as lucky for yourself as you are for me. I just had another sale. Are you talking about 2 sales, Maggie? Did you just have 2 sales? Wow. Okay, well, let's go ahead and play something for Maggie. Way to go, Maggie. Can you put in the slide chat the 2 sales that you made, what you sold? 2 sales. I thought that's got to be a record. You know, yesterday I sold 2 Talbot's tops within 15 minutes of each other, and they were to 2 different buyers. Wasn't that weird? And I sold another Talbot's on Poshmark this weekend. So that's 3 Talbots in 1 weekend. I promise there's no booze in here. I drank last night. I drank cherry rum last night, so I'm giving myself a break. But yeah, 3 Talbots in 1 weekend. Talbots is doing really well. By the way, guys, Maggie and I are planning another tag talk at the first of the year when things calm down. Christy's here. Yay. Good to see you. Okay, so she said I sold a top for 20 and a set of books for 65. Woohoo. Awesome. Okay, so let me get back to my notes here, what I was talking about. Okay, so I have 2 50% off coupons for Value Village that I can use between Christmas and New Year's. And I'm going to source blankets and Afghans and quilts if I see them. I'm also going to check out the appliances to see what the prices are now in my area, because I used to get some of my appliances from Value Village. Most of my appliances I got in Austin, at the bins and at my honey hole in Austin that I can't say. Next time I go there, I plan to go to the bins and see what's going on there as far as appliances and in the honey hole. Some of you know they raised their prices at the honey hole when I went and bought 2 humongous carts of appliances. Next time I went, they doubled the prices. But then they ended up taking them down. So I don't know. But anyway, but I'm going to resist the urge to buy any appliance parts because, like I said, I'm going to wait till tax season is over when people get their refunds. If things are looking up, things that people are buying, not going to do this. Now comes the big question. Well, the big question is if I'm going to do it. All right. But if I do it, the big question is, do I reopen my Queen of Parts eBay store, or do I put my appliance parts in my clothing store? Write it in the chat. What would you do? You have 3,700 pieces of clothing. You're now going to add blankets to Poshmark and eBay. Then you're going to see a carafe in there when you go look for a tunic. You're going to possibly see the door to a Ronco rotisserie oven in there. Well, this is what I decided after speaking to several successful resellers. Much to my chagrin, I will be including them in my current store. Guys, do you know how hard this is for me to do? It's killing me. I have 4,513 feedback in my current store, and I have 0 feedback in my Queen of Parts store because that's been closed for over 2 years. So I'd be starting from scratch with the feedback, okay? Plus, 2 stores is going to cost more money, and I don't know if you've had 2 stores, but it's more work. It gets very confusing. You got to do your sales on one store, and then you got to do your sales on the other store, and then you got to figure out Did you get a sale on this store and that store? You cannot have both stores open on your phone. So you have to keep switching from account to account on your phone to see if anything is sold. It's frustrating. I remember that. I want to be clear. I do not want to do this. The thought of going back to appliance parts is not a pleasant one for me. And I hope I don't have to do it. My wife even admits to me, she's like, Beth, you are much happier when you're selling clothing. This was not a decision I made lightly, but it's the most logical to go back to something that I was successful at one time. I had a quick process of cleaning, parting out, and listing. I need to be selling things next year that people need. And they do need clothing. And I do think that they would rather buy something pre-owned for less money than brand new in a retail store. But if the economy is going to go the way a lot of people are predicting it to go next year, I need to add appliance parts. I really think I do. And again, I don't have the time to learn a new niche. I don't care what anybody says. I say, oh, it doesn't take that long. It takes brain power. It takes space in my brain, and I don't have any more space in my brain for another thing. I just don't. I don't have the time. I don't have the will to make mistakes, to learn from my mistakes. I know the mistakes that I made in appliance parts. I will never make them again. I know how to photograph them correctly so that I don't get an INAD. Please give me your honest feedback in the side chat, what you think about this, and in the comments below if you're watching after the show. I would really, really like your opinion on this, because it's not something I've decided lightly. And I may not have to do it. Emotional thrift stores raise the price because they think you are making money on them, but they refuse to do the hard work themselves. Reopen the parts store, Maggie says. See, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. I still have my business card. I may have a few left, but I would redo them because I would want to put a QR code on the back, and that one doesn't. But I mean, I have them in my. I could reorder them and change them. That makes sense. Yeah. eBay should have a way to switch between accounts on the app. I know they don't. It's okay. 2 stores is good for inventory control. Yeah, yes and no. I think, yeah, it is in some respects. You're right about that. Model 101, how did you hear about me? Did you come over from from the group? I noticed that I had some subscriptions from the group. I was wondering, ADHD sucks. I went to the basement to put inventory away, up and measure a dagger. I put the stuff up, but forgot to measure the dagger. Up and down those stairs. Only downfall is maybe extra time and feedback control. Yeah, but when you have 0 feedback, well, my appliance store, Model 101, my appliance part store was originally like a gift shop. I had a lot of, I don't know, cool Disney shirts, a lot of souvenir type things in it. So that store was already open and it had feedback. So when I opened it as appliance store, it already had maybe 1,000 feedback in it. But now, since it's been closed, it's 0. So I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does have feedback. I really haven't checked, but my understanding is if you're not active, is basically like starting out. Maybe somebody in the chat knows that. I actually have not checked it, to be honest. I'm just assuming. I don't know. My problem is that I have a lot of repeat buyers in my store. And I know for a fact that they go in to browse my store. They see my Facebook page. They see what's been listed. Every day I put what's newly listed so they can grab things before they sell. They go in and they look around. They might search on eBay for one item, but then they end up going in my store and looking around. And I just feel it's tacky to have a coffee filter in there among all these jeans and tunics. I think it looks tacky. I don't know, but does my control of looking tacky trump the fact that, I have all this good feedback and, And the majority of the people coming are going to go to the left-hand side and they're going to click clothing instead of appliance parts to shop. I don't know. I don't know. I agree with you. I think parting out appliances is a great idea. I have a furniture store next door and I'm always taking parts off their broken stuff to sell on eBay. Oh my gosh, guys. John, I even used to sell the little rubber feet off of coffee makers and food processors. I sold them for like $11 for 4 feet. I learned how to take them off really easily without breaking them. That took me a while to learn that. I broke a lot of them. Some of them you can't help because of rot, but I mean, I sold the I'm not saying the instruction manuals to appliances for good money, and the instruction manuals had like 4 or 5 pages in them. You know, it's just, I don't know. You've been there? Okay. You've been here. Okay. Also, YouTube should have a raid function. Really? Okay. Adapt or die. Any change is scary, but sometimes we need to make tough choices. I know. It's like pulling teeth. My wife doesn't want me to do it. Because she knows I get frustrated. I think my biggest frustration with appliance parts is that I took a picture of the bottom of every machine with the model number, and it was in every listing. And in 2 or 3 places, at least 2 places, it was in the description and it was also in the condition. This part came off of this machine. Make sure your machine is this model number before purchasing this item. And I would inevitably get returns. This doesn't fit my machine. I thought it would fit my machine. It looked like it would fit my machine, but it doesn't fit my machine. Well, it doesn't fit because your machine was a different model number. And I had a lot of returns, a lot. And, well, I mean, for me, a lot. Like I feel like I almost had more returns on appliance parts at times than I did on clothing for stupid reasons. Like, I guess, like, doesn't fit doesn't bother me at all, because you can measure your body all you want, but when you put the item on, if it doesn't look good on you, it doesn't fit right in the stomach or in the arm, it doesn't fit, even though your measurements are, your measurements. But for these stupid people, I'm sorry, they don't read, they don't want to check their model number, or they'll say, I have model number so-and-so. Will this fit my machine? And I always say, I don't think so. But you can do your own research and cross-reference, but I don't think so. I would just tell them, I'd just say, I don't think so. Because I don't want their sale if they're not using the same model number. Those Keurigs, I wouldn't sell Keurigs probably anymore. But back when I was selling Keurigs, there were some of those water tanks that fit like 5 or 6 models, but I knew that. Okay, I knew that, and I would say it fits B4, B10, B7, but other than that, I'm not going to look it up. It's not my responsibility. So I don't know. So who would you raid, John? Best bonanza of clothing and appliance parts. Hey, I closed my bonanza. I closed my bonanza again. I gave it 4 months, not one sale, not one offer. I was like, no, I'm done. I don't have time for it. I was worrying about it, that I was going to make a sale and not see it. And it's not worth it to me. I know that it does its own thing and it syncs, but again, I was still having problems syncing things, and it wasn't accepting things. And if I didn't have a full-time job in caregiving, I might put up with that, but I don't have time for that right now. I don't have time to think about stuff like that. I don't know. Okay, we need to get on to shipping because I got quite a bit to ship tonight. I mean, I'm not a whole lot. It's not one of my best weekends by any means, but at least I have some items to ship out, so I have to move you guys over. Raid like a whatnot. When you're ending your live, you could send all the viewers to another person. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who would you raid, though, John? Who would you send over? Would you send people over to me? That's what I was asking. Yeah, I know what a raid is. I'm going to have to put the glasses on, I think. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I need this by buyer. Okay, I got it by buyer. I don't think I have any bundle sales today at all. This sold for $25.66. It's been listed since July. Actually, it was listed for 2 years, and then it was relisted in July, and it sold. So this is one of those Talbots. It's a pullover V-neck travel knit. You know, just a plain old top. I don't remember how I do this. Do I remove it? Yeah, remove it. It doesn't say how much I paid for it, but it should be $1 because that was July and I was paying $1. So unless I went to the 50-cent sale, which is, I rarely go anymore because it makes my blood pressure go up so much. I haven't been to the 50-cent sale in a while. I don't know. So because I haven't been selling much, I haven't really had to buy very many supplies. I ordered those V-Tech, is it V-Tech? No, Tyvek poly millers from USPS today. I've never used those before. People were telling me about those for sweaters. And so I ordered 20 of them just to see if I like them because they are pretty big. So let me tell you what happened Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. And this has happened before. My wife comes in there and she goes, "Beth, something is on fire in your office." She said, it sounds like an electrical fire. And I said, "Well, you know, I've had problems with that extension cord over there. You know, it busted 2 of my lights. But I thought I took care of that." And so I went around and I was sniffing everything. I sniffed the lights. I sniffed the cords. I sniffed the fan, both printers. I sniffed both of my laptops. I was look like I was on crack. I was sniffing everything. Well, you guys know what it was? It was my internet router. And it's saying that I can't print. The heck? This might be a short show. So anyway, it was my internet router. It was super hot. Like when I touched it, it was super hot. And wow, that doesn't even look like okay. You can't see her address. Look how tiny it printed the first time. And then the second time it printed correctly. Go figure. Anyway, so you know, we call Xfinity, or she called Xfinity, and you know, all it's just this telephone tree. Nothing, you know, of course they don't have a choice. You know, my router is about ready to explode. Like, no, they want to reset your router. No, we don't want to reset the router. I just want to talk to a human being. It took her like 20 minutes to finally get a human being on the phone. And so they said, well, you can take it to the store tomorrow and we'll give you a new one. So we got a new one. And when I was in there, I said, how do you install this thing? Like, will we just plug it in and it'll work? And they go, no, you have to activate it. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that include? Well, you can do it on your phone. So Jania puts the app on her phone and she takes her through it. And she goes, now you can't do it here because you're not at home. But when you get home, plug it in and this is what you'll do. And you just hit activate and you're all good. No, you got to go through this whole thing. And so then we ended up having to call them again. And, but my router is not, my router is warm, but it's not super hot. So that's what happened yesterday. Hey, Harry, what's up? You never did answer me, John. Would you send people over here to this channel? I'd send people over to you. All right, here's another Talbots. What's the deal with Talbots? Ooh, man, it's hot in here. in this long sleeve t-shirt. We go back and forth between super hot and super cold in our house right now. So how much did this one sell for? Oh, I just sold a LuLaRoe jumpsuit while we were on. No, this is not. Here we go. Okay, this sold for $18.05. It was listed in October of 2022. That's why I took such a low ball offer. Let's take a look at this Talbot's. It's kind of pretty. And like the sleeves on that one. You guys see my Nightmare Before Christmas? That one's getting ready to list. I thought of Rita, and actually the word large is misspelled in that. Look at that. Extra large. When paying attention. This goes to Stacy in Abilene, Texas. This should be super cheap to ship. Man, I talk like I've been drinking, don't I? I swear to you guys, there's no rum in there. I bought that bottle of rum yesterday with the hope that I could drink it myself and really, really just let loose and drink a lot. Like last night was my goal. I'm just going to drink a lot because I just haven't in a long time, and I needed that. And then people found my rum. They found my cherry rum, and they're like, oh, cherry rum. Yum. And even two people that never drink alcohol drank my cherry rum last night. I didn't get much. So, oh well. It was, you know, the season is for giving, right? And sharing. I shared, but I didn't get as tipsy as I'd hoped. I don't know. Cost $4.15 to send this to Abilene. Yeah, I would send people to anyone who was live and in the reselling space for the most part. My traffic is still way down. Really? You're an extra large. I don't know what size that is. But I think I sent you one kind of like that, didn't I, Rita? Didn't you already get one from me that was kind of like that? I'll turn my, Bumcrack Picker, are you here? You didn't say anything. Jingle Bell Rock, Santa sells real quick. You like rum and coke? So does Janet. Let me turn my big putt camera off real quick and see what size this is. It's a sleep shirt, Rita, and it's a extra large, size 18-20. But I'm pretty sure the one that I sent you was like that, wasn't it? Wasn't it a sleep shirt like that? Maggie might be able to tell me what that kind of material is. There's a name for it. It looks like cotton balls almost, Maggie. Real fluffy. I don't know. Should I say fleece? Since I had that bad INAD about the fleece. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this thing is super heavy. I could really use one of those USPS Tyveks for this. Because I have a feeling this is a Poshmark sale. Maybe not. I'm getting, yeah, it is a Poshmark sale. It's got to go in an eBay bag. It sold for $15. Old Navy men's sweater. I made $9.98 profit on this sale because I sent them an offer. And when you send them an offer on Poshmark, you have to, I think that's the dumbest thing. You have to send them discounted shipping when you make an offer. But when it's a bundle, when they put it in a bundle and you make an offer, it's optional to send them discounted shipping. But isn't that pretty? That is pretty. And I've had that one since October. So that one didn't take long to sew. He isn't coming up in the chat when you add him. No. Must be sleeping. You got two from me? Okay. You wear them to bed. Yeah, they're probably really warm. Like cotton balls. I don't know. There's a name for it, Maggie. They're just, it's real puffy. I really need to proofread. Okay, so gotta go back and make this label. Tonight, I think, is the last night for Sister Wives this season. Aren't there only 3 tell-alls this season, like usual? Somebody told me they thought there were 4 tell-alls, but there were 4 parts, but I don't know. Mm. This goes to Jackie or Jackie, Jaki, in Washington. I'm glad I'm not paying for that shipping. So they're going to get an eBay poly mailer. That's okay. They get an eBay card anyway, so. I wonder if any of my Poshmark customers have come over to my eBay store because of my eBay QR code. If Poshmark found out about it, I wonder if they would take me off the platform. But all my cards have eBay and Poshmark written on them, so even my eBay customers know I saw on Poshmark too. So I guess it goes both ways. I mean, it's not much different than getting an eBay order in an Amazon box, right? I've had that before. Oh, let's do the bottom. I think this one was relisted, if I remember correctly. This was a NASA shirt. It was a polo shirt. I relisted it in April, which means it was probably in my store for 2 years, and then I relisted in April. It sold for $18.14. It doesn't say how much I spent on it. Back then, I wasn't doing very well on writing my cost of goods. But this is a NASA, really pretty green polo shirt. It's got embroidery on it. My NASA hoodies typically sell first. People like those. I don't know that I'll pick up a polo again, but the hoodies do sell really well. And this goes to Chris in Ohio. Thanks, Chris. I have, I listed a lot of men's shirts this weekend, and I sold quite a few men's shirts last week. So my men are picking up, my men buyers. This ships for $6.22. It was going all the way to Ohio. I'll check the chat in just a second, guys. Anybody else make a sale? That's what I don't like about hats. They make your hair just like your hair sticks up. Ah. Can't take it off either. That would be worse. My favorite hats to wear are newsboy hats, but I have a hard time finding them that fit me right. I love newsboy hats. There he is. I see him. Let me go. Let me pull y'all over for a minute because I'm having to lean over to read. I really don't want to put my glasses on. Let me go back up. Oh, that's way up there. Oh, it went way high. Hold on. I went all the way back up to when I was talking about my store. I haven't watched the second tell-all yet. I know you haven't really missed that much, Maggie. How much do you sell on Poshmark? Well, like last month, what did I say last month was? $1,200 last month. But in April, I sold $2,000. So it just depends. Is it worth selling over there? Yeah, to get me an extra $1,000 a month. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. How are you? We sent out some love and light to you a little while ago. Sorry, I was lurk chat and not live chat. Goofy. Look at all these people saying hi. Men buyers are last minute buyers. Yeah, and they barely ever return anything, John. That's what I love about them. They're usually very complimentary and they don't return things. Everybody's saying hello to Jennifer. That's a new printer. Well, it's sounded like that ever since I got it. It's a wireless Rollo. I hate it. I'll trade it to somebody who wants to trade me for another Dymo. Okay, back to shipping. So I'm gonna move y'all back over. Just my size. So for 2304, it was listed in June. These are big girl pull-on dress pants, and they're cropped and they're dark gray. Guess better. I'm gotta click the right screen there. There we go. They're pretty. Goes to Deborah, and I put on there 1 pound. I don't know about that because there's a lot of material there. Let me see. Ooh, yeah, they are. Okay, we're good. Goes by Debbie. She lives in Iowa. So, Bumcrack, I interviewed a guy the other night in London on my podcast. But he was originally from Greece. All right, 15 ounces. $6.22 to ship those. I mean, John, I went from literally last year, my phone was just cha-chinging all day. Every day. It's just like cha-ching. I mean, Maggie will tell you, cha-ching, cha-ching. It was just like normal every hour, cha-ching. And now it's like, if I get a cha-ching, I'm just like, wow. Like, it's just nuts how it changed. Did y'all see Courtney, what's her name? Common Tags video about how she may not be selling on Poshmark anymore? That's a shocker. That was totally a shocker. Okay, this one's been sitting around for a while. It's been sitting around since December of 2022. Therefore, I sold it for $13.49. I wanted to get rid of it. It was an Izod women's shirt, and normally that brand sells well for me in plus size clothing, but for some reason this one just didn't do anything. It just sat and marked it down and marked it down. So, but normally I don't have trouble selling Izod much. You just never know. Like, I think, what if I just don't mark these down? They'll still sell for better money, but like I said, I'm trying to move stuff, so move it in and out of my parking lot. You know, I don't lose any money, and As long as I don't get any distractions or interruptions, I can draft a lot a day. But some days, if y'all saw my vlog the other day, I did a vlog. Oh my gosh, I got so many interruptions that day, and I was using this thing. That Barry forced me to buy. And it was just so difficult to film with this because I couldn't push the button to hit start and stop, and it was just, I don't know. But I have to use it until I get a GoPro. So I love you, Barry. Barry's out Santa Clausing tonight. But Barry, you said you would call me today and you didn't. That's okay. I took a nap. So maybe I don't want you to call me and wake me up. I stayed up till 3 o'clock this morning watching Bells of St. Mary's. I love that movie. I cry every time. I love it. All right, let me go back up here. My phone stopped making the cha-ching noise. Oh, you just have to uninstall eBay and reinstall it. It'll start working again. What I don't understand is sometimes when somebody gives me an offer, it goes bring, and then sometimes when somebody gives me an offer, it goes cha-ching. So I never know. It does it differently every time. I saw it in my feed, but I didn't watch it yet. Yeah, she may be getting off of Poshmark. I'm pleased I live miles away from London. We have a group chat and Barry has been quiet. That's because Barry's out Santa Clausing. Hey, Craig. Is the baby still crying? I'm not crying. There's no crying in reselling. No, I'm not crying. I have cried, but not anymore. I've got a plan. I don't know nobody said anything about if they like my plan or not. So I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if you like my plan or not because it's my plan and I have to do it. And so, whatever. But I was laughing at Barry yesterday because he was on his way. He did a country club or something. Sorry, my hair is just driving me crazy. He did a country club, and then he did a place he did something at a horse barn, and I know he smelled like horses. Then he was on his way to like this cushy, expensive event. And I said, Barry, you're going to have to stop somewhere and either take a shower or find some, aftershave or something, because you can't show up to this event smelling like horse manure. And he goes, I know. He goes, that's my plan. I'm going to stop somewhere. So, oh, the baby on my thumbnail, Jennifer, there was a baby crying and it said there's no crying in reselling. London town is the center of the worldwide multiculturalism. I would love to go to London, but I can't get me on a plane. My plan, I've already discussed it, Jennifer. I don't think people are going to want to listen to it again. I don't know. Basically, in a nutshell, my plan is if my sales don't pick up, because I'm struggling so much now, that after tax season, if the sales don't pick up, I'm going to start selling appliance parts again. Okay, this sold for $24.63. It's been listed since April. I paid $1 for it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this brand, but I just love this shirt. I would have kept it, but I don't know. It's just a really pretty top. It's just an unusual color. Did I put what color? I put mauve in the color, mauve tie-dye. And I think it was really soft. It's waffle knit. I think it was kind of soft too, if I remember. It's weird. I remember certain tops with how they felt. I can find them easily in the box because I remember them so well because they were so unusual. This goes to Christina in Washington. She's in Vancouver. And it's getting cold up there. And my plan is not to go back to my appliance store. I'm going to add my appliances to my clothing. And I don't want to do it, but I've talked to people who I know what they're talking about, and sometimes you have to listen to people, and you have to take the advice because you know they're right. You know they're right. And but I don't know. I'm gonna go back though. I am gonna go back and open my store and see if my feedback's still there. But Craig, do you know if you close an eBay store for over 2 years and then you try to go back and put stuff in it, like I didn't close the store, I just took everything down. If I go back in there, is my feedback gone because it's been 2 years with no activity? I'm thinking I heard that somewhere, that they take your feedback away. I don't know. There are a couple of people, if I go open my appliance store part, they're going to be really mad at me. But for my sanity and my obsessing and all that, I don't know. Something to think about. And I really don't want to buy 2 stores. I mean, you really have to have a store because you can't run sales without a store. There's it's limited to what you can do. But Valerie, you're welcome to chime in on this if you want to. All right, here's another Talbot's, third Talbot's. Sold for $16.99 because I've had it since last December. So I took an offer, or it was marked way down. Third Talbot's in one weekend. Who would have thunk it? This was cute, huh? Look at that. Look at the beaded neckline. Cute, cute, cute. This goes to Virginia. She lives in New Hampshire. I don't even know if I remember my password. I'm going to have to look my password up to my other store. But yeah, John, the going back and forth in the app to the 2 stores was a nightmare. Now, they have 2 different email addresses, and I get my emails through my phone. That's pretty much what helped me. But keep on top of it. But I see that Chick Picker has said something. I'm almost afraid to see what she said. I got to print this label first. She's probably in there going, "Don't do it." Come on. I'm just a control freak. That's all it boils down to. Hey, Victoria, how are you? Marie's here. Woohoo! Okay, I gotta move this over. I don't want to put my glasses on, so I'm moving back over here. Everybody's coming in. Let's see. Got him. Got that. And I went way up again. Okay. Oh, got that one. Not that I would now if it's a good plan or not. Not that I would know. Just roll the windows down and drive 55. What saying did I use? Valerie, I'm way behind in the chat. What saying did I use? Put that down in the chat. Beth is going to sell feet pics on OnlyFans. Yeah, right. You did good with them, didn't you? So it's a good plan. Jennifer, the reason I stopped selling them is after the pandemic, all the prices of the appliances went up, and I was driving all over town looking for things that I could afford to part out, and so I had to stop. I just couldn't. I couldn't find them, and my inventory was running dry, and it was bad. So again, if you're watching, if you want an extra large and up reseller box, I have enough to put one box together, hoping to get enough next week to put a second box. Not really cold, been mostly in the 50s, just a ton of rain. Oh, y'all getting a lot of rain there. Oh, good to see you, Marie. Is Justin there too? Say hi to Justin for me. No, you do, you boo. Oh, the thing about it is, if I do it my way and I fail, then you're going to go, I told you so. And then if I do it y'all's way and Valerie and somebody else who is another extremely successful reseller, and then it doesn't work, I can say, it's all y'all's fault. I told you so. We believe in you, Beth. You got this. Commit to that direction and run like the wind. You do whatever works for us. Well, it worked before. You know, it worked before when I had an appliance part store. So I don't know. Love your earrings. So festive. Yeah, I don't feel very festive right now, Victoria. It's beginning to look a lot like Bethsmas. Just catching up with the chat. Oh, no crying and reselling. Yes, yes, I told you that today, but you weren't listening, obviously. I said on my thumbnail for tonight, I put what you said, and you must not have been listening. Hi, Justin. You would never. Okay, caught up. Got to get back to shipping, guys. Okay, we have so much food left over from the party. Oh my gosh. We got peach cobbler in there. I got to eat. Gotta eat. Did you hear me? That gotta eat. Okay, this is by George. I paid $1 for it, and it was listed this month, and it sold for $18.08. So what's today? The 10th. So it didn't even take 10 days to sell this. This is, I believe, a Walmart brand. George, one of my men's shirts that I've been selling. So they're easy to buy, easy to list, and easy to sell. And this goes to Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. I'm getting some men repeat buyers, so that's good. He lives in Ohio. Marie, thank you for always liking my Instagram post. I appreciate that. You're always like the first person that likes my Instagram posts. You hang out on Instagram a lot. I'm trying to get my podcast Instagram going, and it's kind of slow getting followers over there. But all right, this is a nice sale coming up. You guys know that I love to sell. I started selling nightgowns and pajamas. It's like my new favorite thing to sell because people really like them. I did sell one of my men's Grinch pajama pants. I have one pair left for men. They're 2Xs. I sold the 3X. Instagram is hard. Yeah, I didn't really think it was that hard. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, the littles are napping. It's all about reels now, and I like it when it's just about pictures. Yeah, me too. Hey, Glenn, you been over in Scott's channel the whole time? Glenn, you needed to come over here so you can make a sale so I could play a song for you. Okay, this sold for $27.13. I listed it in November, and I paid $1 for it, and it is called Celestial Dreams. Never heard of this brand. It was a 2X long sleeve pink floral nightgown. Isn't that cute? So it didn't take long to sell. $27.13, yeah. I paid $19 for it, and then some shipping on that. This goes to Tara in Michigan. And Dearborn, I've been there. It's lightweight. It's not going to ship for, priority. Those are my kind of sales. Uh, 14 ounces. Wonder where Adam is tonight. Need to check on him. He hasn't been feeling well. Let me know if there's any other concerns in the community that I need to put on my list, guys. Because I have a running list. Well, we got a lot done so far. I don't have very many left, I don't think. I'm just lazy, Marie. Okay. No sell yet. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. How's Barry doing? He is out Santa-ing. He's doing well. All right. These sold for a whopping $16.99 because I've had them since September of 2022. And they are a pair of Levi's 711s 22W skinny black denim. It's going to have to go probably in a flat rate envelope. Yeah, because priority would be $11.62. No way. That's the first flat rate envelope for tonight. It's unusual. I wish there was some place I could put these stickers where it was easier to get to them. Okay, ships for $7.60 in a flat rate envelope. Going to Helena, Montana. Woohoo! Oh, my phone fell into the laundry basket. There he is checking his list at the truck stop. I know he's having a blast. So just thinking about something here, all of your feedback from your parts store should still show on your page, right? Well, that's what I don't know, Maggie, because I haven't been active for over 2 years over there. I haven't looked. I thought I read somewhere that they take it away if you're inactive for a certain amount of time. That's what my concern is. But I need to just get my butt over there and look at it and, you know. But right now I haven't made a decision until tax time. But these are things I need to be thinking about, I guess. So if Sue is still here, I'm still not getting my sales up on Poshmark, so we may not be able to see. It's kind of hard to ship Poshmark when you can't see your sales. And there's no other way of seeing your sales except bringing up my sales, right? There's no other way of seeing them. They're not coming up. Well, crap. Okay. I sold a LuLaRoe jumpsuit when I first came on for $18 on Poshmark. This is a pair of 7/7 cropped dark denim jeans. They sold for $20. And remember that the buyer pays almost $8 shipping on these in addition to the price. So that was a good sale for me. They were listed in December of 2022. So on my eBay store, those would have been marked down half price or best offer. So I probably on eBay would have sold them for $11. This is where it makes me so confused. Why I'm selling items almost full price on Poshmark, and the same items are sitting and sitting and sitting on eBay with more eyes on them, supposedly, and they're getting marked down as they sit longer and longer, and I'm not making as much money. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. So I'm happy for that sale. And I profited on that item $16, and I paid $1 for them. And if they would have sold on eBay for like $11, I wouldn't have made very much money because I'd have to ship them out too. And I just don't get it. Goes to Julie Ann in New Jersey. Got one more. It's just that your percentage will say 0 because they're not within the last 12 months. Okay, but the feedback will still be there? Is that what you're saying? Like, won't it say 0 feedback? Or it'll say how many feedback, but it won't say how many positive. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Was listening and doing Amazon Christmas shopping. It's the best way to go. Although I went to Five Below yesterday, and they have some really cute stuff for the kids that I may go back. One more thing. Well, take a look. If the comments are still there, all you need to do is get one positive comment to show 100%. Well, that's true. Hit that thumbs up and you are guaranteed a sale on, or Landshark Picker will give you $100. I mean, they had some really cute, like, Christmas leggings there and t-shirts. I didn't even dress up for my party last night. I mean, I wore my hat for like 20 minutes and it was in my way, and I just took it off, and we didn't even put up a tree, you know. Ooh, I just sold another thing. Dang it. Guys, y'all are such good luck charms. I just sold a Lane Bryant top for $15 on Poshmark. Okay, this went for a whopping $13 on Poshmark. Must have had it. Yeah, I've had it a while. But on eBay, it would have been marked down to $9.99. So I made $8.03 on it. I mean, at least it's something. It's a pair of Maurice's women's jeans, straight leg, black denim. I don't know. See who that goes to. Yeah, guys, y'all are good luck charms. I've made 2 Poshmark sales just while we've been sitting here. It's so nice not to have to worry about an electrical fire anymore. I would like use my modem for like a router for like 20 minutes, and then I'd have to get off the internet. Then I'd plug it back in and get on the internet again for 20 minutes. That's how we did it on Friday. And my Rolo couldn't handle that. Like, my Rolo's just like, no way, I'm not working on that, you know. So I couldn't print anything on my Rolo, but woohoo. I'll read the comments in just a second. Somebody else needs to make a sale. All right, so let's take a look. If I can pull my sales up, let's take a look at my sales I just made. All right, so this is a Lane Bryant top. It sold for $15, and I probably, what's tomorrow? Yeah, I'll probably ship it tonight because I'm going to the thrift tomorrow. It was listed in June of this year. It's really cute because it's got the graduated, I don't know how you say it, graduated colors. I don't know. That's kind of cute, huh? And just ignore the addresses. If you see people's addresses, just ignore it, please. And then this LuLaRoe Zoe jumpsuit sold for $18. Can't get the whole thing in the picture on Poshmark, so I have to do the top and then the bottom, which is a drag. But it won't take my pictures. This was listed in October, so I'll go ship those in a little while after I have my cobbler. The chart would show one in the past few months, but the buyer would see 100%. If they click through, they would see the old comments. That's if they are still there. Well, that's good to know, Maggie. Maggie, you've had 2 stores in the past, huh? Is that where you're getting that information from? So what I want to know is what these 2 women who I truthfully look up to a lot think of that. If my feedback is still there, then the problem would just be the time and the effort. Because, you know, I do sales, I do coupons, I do in the morning, I do buyer groups, and I do newsletters. Is that it? Yeah. And then I list drafts. So that usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes if I get interrupted by the dogs, which typically happens. So I have to do that again for the second store. But if it's going to help me make more money, it'll be worth it, right? Maybe. I don't know. No, I had 2 stores on Poshmark. Okay. I've only had one sale all day, and it was on Etsy. I know that Valerie, I'm sorry, Sue. Valerie said she's been getting some sales on Etsy. Now, I'm going to put my blankets on Poshmark to start. If they don't do that great over there, then I may open another Etsy store. Unfortunately, I closed my Etsy store. Instead of just taking everything down, I just closed it. I don't know why I did that. That was dumb on my part. I guess I just thought I was never going to go back. And so, but I really just need to stick with 2 platforms while I have this job and caregiving. But I eventually do want to get back on Etsy. I really don't think I ever want to ever see Mercari again for the rest of my life. I just don't, I'm not interested. And I'm definitely not going back to Bonanza again. I did that. Just took my Bonanza down last week, and it was so freeing. And I don't know. So tomorrow's thrift store, and I've got another interview coming up Friday, and Tuesday night I'm supposed to go to my grandson's Christmas concert or whatever. They're so cute. You drive all the way out there in the traffic, and they're up there on the stage for like 60 seconds. And the majority of the time they're spinning around and looking around, but it's cute. It's worth every bit, but I don't know. Anyway. Well, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I'm going to go ahead and spend some time with the wifey. And I don't know, maybe I'll have a hangout next week. We'll just have to see how much of this stuff I get done. I want to go back to my working till noon schedule, and I'm getting very close to that with 115 drafts right now. I feel very confident that probably in the next week or 2, I'm going back to that schedule and spend some time for myself, and I'm excited about it. I see one more comment, so let me just see who this is. Have a great night, Rita. Yeah, have a great night. I love you guys so much. Look for a hangout, though, okay? All right, bye. Merry Christmas.